go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. First win of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, Positive P is back. For the moment, Positive P is back. Let's go, Giant fans. Let's go, Giant fans. Come on. Get on in here. Victory. I will take it. Yes, man. Yes, it's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant. TP Wade the Giant. The Los Angeles Chargers tried. They fought. They clawed. They did everything they could possibly do because they thought that this was going to add on to their undefeated season. Chargers 18, New York Football Giants, led by our new QB1, Jackson Dart, a.k.a. J Money, with 21. What a day, man. What a day. We got some things, man, that we need to go ahead and talk about. I actually got to work tonight, and I don't even care if I'm late because we going to talk about what we need to talk about. So, let's let this intro go, and let's celebrate Giant family. Let's go, man.
I felt there was no better athlete on that field than me. I was the best athlete on the field, and in order to win, you have to beat me. If you can't beat me, then you can't win.
I tell you right now, you know everybody gonna watch this ass whoop I'm put on you, right?
It's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant. It's a way to shine.
And get both feet down on the ground, and then it came out of the pile. This ball's thrown, and Tyree, that may be the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Sometimes defiant.
Lobs it, Burris alone, touchdown New York.
All right, man, of course, we got to run down these stats real quick, but I have to address this chat, man. What is up? Purple and gold balls is in the building. Let's go. He says, I've been waiting till the game ends to hit send so I don't jinx it. I knew you guys would turn some heads this season. What a win. Sucks to see neighbors get hurt. I think people see the potential I see, man. Yes, definitely shout out to Purple and Gold Balls because he had this energy before the game. And that is what I say about, New York Giant soldiers, man, seeing it through even when it is rough, man. So I absolutely love that. Kenneth Perkins is in the building. I see you. He says, hey, TP, we need receivers. Yeah, we got some things, man, that, of course, we need to talk about as far as brushing up on. But we're going to start off with the positive, man, because a win is a win, and this is a win versus a damn good team. And I was not confident going into this game. And so I love the fact that finally we answered, man. So we're going to talk about that first before we get into anything else. Clinton Jones showing love. Iman Perry is there. Said, and there it is. Yes, sir. The real Motal, I see you. Says, let's go. Yeah, man. New York Giants, salute to each and every one of you. Purple and gold balls, I see you. King Devon says, we finally got one, although we possibly lost Malik Neighbors for the season, which makes this win bittersweet. Yeah, you're not lying. There's definitely that underwhelming aspect of this win, but we're gonna try to keep it positive, and we definitely gonna start off by talking about that, man. As soon as I finish with this chat, Seti, I see you, New York Giants. Salute to my guy Seti. I see you. Omega Supreme says, I see we finally won. Wasn't able to catch the game, man. Be back after watching the highlights. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Coach Ed is in the building. Peace and blessings, says Coach Ed. New York Giants, salute to Coach Ed.
So good,
Omega Supreme with a good FIFA. faux fum. That is a fact. Let's go, baby. Let's go. King Devon, appreciate you, TP. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Omega says, what happened to Malik? Yeah, we'll talk about that, man. We about to get into that. That's going to be the first line of business, man. My man Derek is in the building, says big blow. Yes, man. Yes, yo. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. First, like I do every post-game live stream, man, we got to run down some stats real quick. Jackson Dart, a.k.a. J Money, his first start. A good showing by Jackson Dart. He put this offense on his back. 13 for 20, 111 yards, and 1 touchdown, man. He was more than ready for this moment. I am excited to have this man as our quarterback, man. And also, Cam Skedaddle. Come on, man. Cam Skedaddle. He is really like, I don't know where people are rating him. But if you're not rating him at the top of this list offensively, you are underrated him. Because he has really have been the glue for this New York Giant offense and just the energy that we need, man. Cam Skedaddle, 25 carries, 79 yards. I absolutely love it, man. And as far as rushing is concerned, he wasn't the only one putting in work, man, because Jackson Dart was killing them with his legs with 10 carries, 54 yards as well. Devin Singletary did his thing when it was time to. A good one. I ain't even going to say 1-2 punch because it wasn't really that. But just he did his part in this game, man. Devin Singletary with 7 carries and 28 yards. Receiving, Darius Slayton, 3 receptions, 44 yards. Look, it did. We'll talk about it some more, but again, stats are a little tricky because they don't tell the full story. But Malik Neighbors, as soon as we get done with the stat line, we're going to talk about Malik. 2 receptions for 20 yards. Theo Johnson, 3 receptions for 17 yards. Wandale, 3 receptions for 14 yards. And defensively, Cordell Flott with 5 tackles. Brian Burns, 4 tackles, 1 assist. Paulson Adebo, and Tyler Nubin and Bobby Okereke with 3 tackles and 1 assist. As far as interceptions is concerned, Andrew Phillips, and if you didn't see it, you wouldn't believe it, but Dexter Lawrence with an interception, man. Also, Brian Burns with a sack. So, defensively, I thought this was just a better showing overall. But, of course, before we even get into that, I have to say, man, shout out to this team continuing to go forward, man, after the and it's honestly haven't even fully settled with me, man, but after seeing Malik Neighbors go down, man. Malik Neighbors suffered what appears to be an ACL tear. And of course, if that is the case, they're going to get a second opinion. But if that is the case, he is out for season. That is something that you can just never plan for. It does make this win, like, give you that awkward feeling as far as the win is concerned, because you do know and understand it's a marathon, not a race. And when Malik Neighbors goes down, it's one of those things, man, that there's just no way that you could just talk around that. You know what I mean? And I think that ultimately the bigger discussion has to be, what the fuck are we going to do with these field conditions, man? Like, come on, yo. Like, at this point now, it's overkill. If it was never overkill before, at this point, it is overkill. We don't even have to give you the rundown of the list of names whose careers have just been on a complete different trajectory off of hurting themselves on this MetLife turf, man. So, John Mara, I'm going to look into this camera and I'm going to call out you. I'm going to call out you. If there is any indication or sign that you have any type of care for these players, you have to do something about this shit, man. Straight up. You have to do something about this. Because at this point, it's getting ridiculous, man. Now, I'm not even going to say that. It's past ridiculous at this point. It is, man. So, I'm going to a little pump the brakes a little bit, even though I kind of feel like I believe I know what it is. It's just, man, it is. We got to wait on that second opinion for it to be official. But it's like, man, it's. There's no way you can get comfortable about knowing, Malik Neighbors' status, man. That takes away a whole element of this offense, man, that you kind of counted on. But I'm going to transition back to the positive side of things, man, because I don't want to take away from this win. Let's start with the positive. First of all, just congratulations to us all, man, because we are now in the win column, and this was versus a good-ass Los Angeles Charger team. I'm not going to let anybody tell us different. Of course, there are going to be people that is going to be out there who are going to try to minimize it and try to, shit on this. But this was a really good win for coaches and players. I will start here by talking about our QB1, Jay Money. Listen, man. He literally put this offense on his back. I mean, he was absolutely killing this Charger defense, man, by using his legs, man. That element is something that you can't really practice for. It was something that the Chargers wasn't ready for. And if there is a question mark about this Charger defense, it was them stopping the run. And the fact that we did attack their weakness and we did apply pressure in that area, I absolutely love. I love how confident he was in the pocket, how he seen him, how he looked, how he scanned the field, and if it wasn't there, he took off. I absolutely love that because that is something that is going to be something that every single defense is going to have to, look forward to. So Jackson Dart, man, one hell of a first game. Look, he's going to continue to get more comfortable, going to continue to grow, going to continue to get better. But he put this team on his back, and I love the fact that New York Giant fans gave this man the reception that he deserved, man. MetLife seemed like it was lit. It seemed like they were into the game. It seemed like they were loud. It seemed like they did their part, man. So actually, shout out to all of the New York Giant fans that was in the building. Because the electricity was definitely felt. Also, I'm going to say, look, Cam Scatterbo, man. He was really the bell horse, man. And the fact that he had 25 carries this game, and you could see like his whole jersey was torn up, the marks on his helmet. Today, we just seen somebody who went to war and who was willing to go to war and who wanted to win. Cam Scatterbo sets the tone, man, for not only just this offense, but for everybody on this New York Giant team, man. Cam Scatterbo was really impressive today. Really impressive. I loved his tenacity, man, being able to run hard. And just know that he's always going to go forward, man. He will run your ass over in a heartbeat. And it doesn't matter who you are. And so between Jackson Dart and Cam Skedaddle, phenomenal job, man. Phenomenal job. But the story of the game for me, was really this defense. This defense won us this game, ladies and gentlemen. And the pregame live, if you haven't, watched that, you could go here and you hear me bringing the smoke to a few players. And I called out Dexter Lawrence because prior to this game, I was a little underwhelmed in asking, where is Dexter Lawrence? Now listen, I ain't going to sit here and try to toot my own horn, but Dexter Lawrence played like he heard my live stream. Because if you didn't hear from him any time before, he was more than present today. Good to see him back in the 0-and-1 technique. Good to see him, being that run stopper, being effective in the middle again. And then the big boy gets yourself a pick, man. Gets yourself a pick, and that is the momentum shifter that really took this game off to a good start. So Dexter Lawrence, he definitely gets a New York Giants salute from me, man. Good to see Dex back to proper standard. If I had to give any pushback defensively, the one thing that absolutely killed me, just not this game, but just what we've seen repeatedly from this Giant defense, is, again, man, these long down conversions. What are we doing in these moments, man? What are we doing in these moments? And I know this is not the time to be negative, man, but that is really the biggest knock that I have about this defense. Is that when it is 3rd and long, 2nd and long, I like to see us capitalize on these moments. Now, hats off to Shane Bowen, because I will say, I like the hands that we had in dirt this game, man. I like the fact that we finally was getting after the quarterback, man. We seen some blitzes and the whole 9. Shane Bowen, about time, man. About time. And this is all I've been asking for from the very get-go. From the very get-go. So definitely a better coach game from Coach Shane Bowen on the defensive side of the ball. Kayvon Thibodeau, what are y'all going to say now about the man? What are y'all going to say now about the man? Because a lot of y'all this offseason was ready to move on from him. Was saying he was overrated. He had no pass rush back. And I kept telling y'all, man. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. KT5 was phenomenal this game, man. Was absolutely phenomenal this game. And he's been phenomenal pretty much all this season. It's just been decorated in bullshit. So if you don't know, you just don't know. Brian Burns doing his thing. Good game by Spider-Man. And also another player that I called out defensively was Abdul Carter. And Abdul Carter, good job, young man. Good job, young man. Way to see it through, man. This is the type of production on this defensive line that I have been waiting to see. And you can't tell me that this roster couldn't have been 4-0. You can't tell me that. Yes, there were hiccups. This wasn't a perfect game. This wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we did what we had to do, man. We did what we had to do, and that is all I can ask for at the end of the day. The effort was there, and I absolutely love it. Now, while we talking a little bit about this defensive side of the ball, man, of course, I have to give us a soldier of the week. I have to give it to somebody who was on the defensive side of the ball. And if my memory serves correct, this may be his second soldier of the week.
Ready, we ready, we ready for y'all. We ready, we ready, we ready.
Soldier of the week has to go to my guy, Andrew Phillips, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. A lot of y'all was not respecting this man's game, man. Not respecting his name this year. Andrew Phillips with one hell of a game. One hell of a game. McConkey, who was like on my watch list this game, somebody who I was definitely like, no, we got to pay attention to, man. Andrew Phillips took care of that. Andrew Phillips took care of that. And then I asked this defense to go out there, man, and make the plays that needed to be made. And you had Andrew Phillips, who also got him an interception of the day. A big interception in a big moment. All off season, y'all could, when y'all see me talking to these other fan bases and we was having these conversations about rosters, y'all seen that I was adamant on mentioning Drew Phillips. And then a lot of these people who don't really know, they're like, who Drew Phillips? And I told them, I said, yo, just pay attention. Just pay attention this year. If you don't know him, just pay attention this year. I'm pretty sure you will get to know him. And the things that he is doing out there, man, on that field is everything that embodies what you want a New York Giant to embody, man. Phenomenal job by Drew Phillips, and he definitely gets my Soldier of the Week. Now, I don't want to rob, J Money Jackson Dart of his day, because this is his day. This is his moment. He definitely took this team by storm, and he deserves all the credit. But we wouldn't have got this win, man, without this defensive play. Without this defensive play. So just phenomenal job, man. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Prior to the game, I was watching the Steelers and the Vikings game. And I was just sitting back, man, just a little like jealous, because I'm like, damn, man, look how Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, man, they send their guys to go hunt on that D-line. And they made Wentz work. They made Carson Wentz work today. And the fact that we kind of seen that on our end as well was just so, like, heartwarming. So heartwarming. So I'm glad that we finally, did what I've been begging for us to do, man. And just simply go after the quarterback, man. And I can live with the results after that. Now we got to, have these conversations about what we got to grow on and what is something to pay attention to or what was not so good. I still stand by the fact that I was not sold or not too comfortable about what we've done in the red zone as a whole. We still left points on the board, y'all. We still left points on the board. I mean, we got into the red zone a couple times. I know off bat, the one I'm thinking about is there was one in the first quarter, and I know there was one at the end of the second quarter. And they just ended in field goals. And we have to find ways, man, to punch it in. But all in all, I just wasn't a fan of our play calling in the red zone, man. I wasn't. I was not. I get it. You want to give Cam Skedaddle the ball in those moments. But if you don't keep the defense on their feet, then you really are taking away from what Cam Skedaddle can do. And it is hard to say this because, you get a kind of a reminder of what it's like when you put the ball in the air in the red zone. But still, it's just the way you draw certain plays up at the time that you draw them up is what makes you that coach that can get the job done. So as far as the red zone is concerned, yes, it was a lot better than what we have seen in the past. but it still wasn't good enough. I just still would like to just see better production there, man, because those are points. Those are points. There was one time where we went forward and we gave it to Wan'Dale Robinson, and he drops the ball. So, like, it is kind of like one of those things where it's like, damn, okay, I'm caping for us to get the ball to the receivers in these moments, but in the same breath and time, at the end of the day, God, like, receivers got to catch the damn ball too. Receivers got to catch the damn ball. But that just goes to the fact that player-wise, man, player-wise, you have to make plays when it's time to make them. You have to make plays when it's time to make them. We got two guys, man, who are now going to be, keyed up on, especially with the absence of Malik. Now defenses are gonna worry about two guys, Jackson Dart and Cam Skedaddle. What else do you have for me outside of that? So anybody outside of those two names, pretty much, is going to have to step up, and you're going to have to play big-time ball. Especially with Tyrone Tracy Jr. out for right now. And I do want to say, man, I hope y'all were paying attention and not just looking at, again, these stats, and not just looking at, with the ball, who the ball went to in moments of the game. But I will say this about Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton doesn't get the credit that he necessarily deserves because he's not getting the production that he necessarily deserves. And it's not to the fault of him. This is, I would think, the fourth game in a row, I would think, where there has been some type of pass interference trying to guard Darius Slayton. So these are different flavor of cornerbacks here that's having trouble guarding Darius Slayton. So y'all can miss me with the he's not good enough crap. The problem is we just got to find ways to get the man the ball. Because the commentator spoke about it a little bit too. There were times where he definitely had the corner beat. He had the corner beat. Just couldn't get the ball to him. And so I'm not going to discount no Darius Slayton. I know we have 3 receptions, 44 yards on the day, but that does not tell the full story. When we could find ways to get this man the ball, we could just see more and more production from him. I would like to see more consistency from Wan'Dale and everybody in company. Bo Collins, this is your time. This is your time right now. Jalen Hyatt, he was out there just getting cardio. But shit, I mean, this is your time as well. This is your time as well. No plays off. And there may be a point in time, Jalen Hyatt, where the ball may come to you once. But I swear for God, man, if that ball comes to you once, you need to do everything in your power to take advantage of that moment. Take advantage of that moment. So, I just, man, look, man. All in all, we can't complain too much about anything, man. This was a really, really good win by the New York Football Giants, man. Hey, listen, if you haven't already, and if you are new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe, especially after the first victory of the season, man, beating the Los Angeles Chargers, man. Let's go, man. Go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you're tuned in right now, like this stream, okay? Go ahead and like this stream. It allows other New York Giant fans to know that this is where we are at, all right? Purple and Gold Bars telling y'all to do the same, man. It says, please hit that like and sub, people. You made it to one of the best football channels on YouTube. Come on. TP has you covered with honest, passionate commentary and analysis, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Shout out to Purple and Gold Bars. Let's see what we have here. Davion Taylor. Davion Taylor says, man, the whole D-line did amazing. Dex got a pick. Burns got a sack. Abdul had 6 pressures. Kayvon got a sack. That is a fact, man. That is a fact. This is what we wanted to see from this D-line. But this is mainly what we wanted to see from Coach Shane Bowen. And we can only build off of this, man. We can only build off of this. And I'm going to tell you what games like this does for a D-line like the one that we have. It just feeds them. It just feeds them. It makes them more and more hungry. It makes them more and more ready to rock out for games to come. I mean, the confident booster that it does for just this defense as a whole, this is what we needed. This is what we needed. Obviously, I got to sit positive P to the side sometime in order for us to get a win, man. Obviously, that's what we got to do. Because I had to bring out crash out P and we get these type of results. So maybe I should have done that a while ago. Corey Johnson says, good, decent win today, man. Hey, this was a really good win today. This was a really good win today. And let me tell y'all this too, man. No, were we perfect? Absolutely not. We weren't perfect at all. But see, I always tell people at the end of the day, you just got to know how to win, man. You got to find ways to win games. You got to put yourself in a position to win games. Now, this was versus a 3-0 team that beat 3 very good teams, or who you would consider, playoff contention type caliber teams. So this wasn't just a regular smegular type win. This was a momentum builder. This was a good win versus a really good team. And this was a start to something new. So Giant fans, it's okay to feel good today, man. It's okay. I know it's kind of like, there's a lot of other things and other sides to it. I understand that. But we're going to celebrate this win today, man. This was a good one. Christopher Moody is in the building. Says, I agree. Frank White says, yeah, what's good, TP? Good win, but still needs a lot of work. Indeed. That is a fact, man. The Great One says, TP, the GOAT. Y'all finally got one, man. That is a fact, man. Shout out to the Great One in the building. Big task at hand, checking in, he says, what? Let's go, Giants. Big Blue Wrecking Crew. The Jackson Dart era is here. Yes, man. Jackson Dart definitely deserves his moment. Definitely deserves the reception that he's got, from this fan base. Daniel Smith says, TP, they heard you. Yeah, clearly. I see. They obviously heard me, man. Obviously, I got to sit aside positive peace sometime, man. But that is how you respond, and I am not going to knock a win, man. I am not. And this is the type of win, man, that you have to build off of, and you just have to get better from this moment here. You really do, man. Just a good moment right here for the New York Football Giants, man. Shout out to us. Give me 1 second. Let me see something real quick. Let's see. Okay. So, where we at? All right. So next week, and I don't want to jump too ahead, but I just like to keep people updated and like to put things in a perspective, right? Next week, we face the Saints. Now, the thing about the Saints is this is the game that pretty much everybody marks as a win. And I'm still on that type of time where I'm just like, no, I'm not marking a win versus anybody. We're going to have to see it through. We're going to have to earn it. But this win that we had today puts us in a position so now we could start moving up the ladder. And we could start taking advantage of this portion of the schedule that we have. So this was huge. We can't look back. I know a lot of the times we say to ourselves, like, damn, if we would have done this, our record would be blah, blah. Yeah, thinking that is just going to absolutely kill the brain. But we can only, look forward. And I can say, man, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity. Now, I'm not giving us shit still. I'm not giving us shit still, but the opportunity is there. It is there. I'm just glad that today finally felt like a home game. Today finally felt like we had, some type of balls, man, and I absolutely love it. Let's talk more, man. Let's talk more about individual play, man. Let's say on the defensive side of the ball, I was a little disappointed with Bobby Okereke at times. I kind of see him being a little undisciplined and just, he was responsible for, I know for sure, of course I got to go back and watch the All-22, but I know for sure, man, Amarion Hampton had himself a day, and a lot of that was because of Bobby Okereke. I'm not going to hold y'all. And going forward, just like we had to attack the Chargers because we knew that they were suspect as far as run defense is concerned, teams are going to attack us. Teams are going to attack us, and they're going to run the ball as well. And so our run defense wasn't pretty. Again, I told us, man, Amarion Hampton, I will say he's just one of those guys that I think is going to be one of those premium backs in the league. But he had himself a day, man, and he was running all over us. So this run defense definitely has to continue to get in the lab, man, and we got to be more sound, man, for sure. Deonte Banks, shit. Deonte Banks, man, I've tried to give him all of the room in the world, man. But at some point, we have to say to ourselves about certain players that enough is enough. At some point, man. Now, it wasn't all terrible, but enough was terrible. Deonte Banks getting caught on them double moves again. I mean, our corners be getting cooked. And Drew Phillips is the best thing that we have in this corner role, in this corner position. But I don't know how many weeks, man, how many times we're going to see Deonte Banks go for the double move and just absolutely just get toasted. Get absolutely toasted. Not even in the vicinity to make a play. So, I don't know, man. I really don't know why we even see him anymore, to be honest with you. Like, it's getting sad at this point, man. It's getting sad. And I'm not going to keep, trying to look for ways to defend this man. In the Zoe Sports is in the building, says, I see y'all on my board. Yes, man, finally got us one, man. It feels good, for sure. Who else, man? Who else am I forgetting to talk about? Paulson Adebo on the other side of things. I don't think he had himself a bad game. I liked what I seen a lot from a Paulson Adebo, man. I think we kind of gave up a few things as far as, those comeback routes, they're not the easiest things to guard, man. But at points in time in a game when you could kind of know that they're coming, and if we just playing a little bit more aggressive, I think we could definitely just do a better job, man, at just, stopping those. But, all in all, I think this was a good job by Paulson Adebo. Again, I'm going to look at all of this on the All-22, man, and see exactly what was what. The secondary, was definitely held by Drew Phillips today, man. He did his thing. And, yeah, we'll take a look, man. We'll take a look and study some film to kind of see what was exactly what. In the Zone Sports says, y'all trade for a wide receiver. Yes, the wide receiver room is definitely in question, man. It is definitely in question. What do we do from here? It's going to be very interesting. But all I can say is I'm just not one of those guys who ever, makes the excuse if one man goes down that we should just look to ourselves and say, all right, it's a wrap, it's over, we dead. Nah, next man up. And I think you should build your roster in that type of mentality. Next man up. And this is a different type of next man up because there's not really a next man up when it comes to Malik Neighbors. Let's just be real. You can't really substitute that. But what you can do is have the next person who's going to come up that is going to at least add some type of production and just ready to ball. It's just ready to ball. So, yeah, that wide receiver, room now definitely is a little shaky, and it's definitely in question right now. But, I'm not going to overthink too much right now about that. Today, I'm just going to focus on the win. Today, I'm going to just feel comfortable with adding a win to this record, man. So, I'll take that. Yeah, man. Who else am I forgetting, man? I think I got most of everybody. We did a good job as far as, making our field goals, I guess. We didn't do anything that was too challenging, but we had ourselves a kicker. We didn't go with Young Ho. We went with my guy. I'm going to butcher his last name. What is it? McAdemy or however you pronounce it. We went with my guy there, and, he did his part. He did his part. All in all, man, look, I'm just enjoying the fact that we able to say that we got to win, man. We got to win. I believe, the Washington lose? I think Washington lost, right? So I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I think the Eagles pulled them out a win. What's going on in this NFC East right now? Let me see. Let me look it up. Okay, so of course tonight you got Green Bay and Dallas. So I got really Dallas losing. Tonight. Washington lost, so they're 2-2. And the Eagles won, so they're 4-0. So, all in all, man, look, it's just building blocks, man. It's just building blocks right now. So we got to capitalize on this, man. Of course, this is not the end all and be all, but I'll be damned if I'll, sit here and act like, this win didn't feel good and act like we didn't need this. So ultimately, man, just a good job, man. Good job by us. And I'll take it. So again, I do got to get to work. I didn't want to stay here crazy too long, man, but I did want to show face. Look, man, New York Giants, salute to each and every one of you. Let's turn up for a little bit, man. Let's celebrate, man. We got ourselves a win, man. I don't know about y'all, but I needed this shit. Now I can really enjoy my Sunday, man. Let's go.